Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode here on the PeerCraft server. The plan for today, we're having a situation with the cows here. Let me show you what's going on. So we've already, just today, lost 5 cows over here, or 6 cows over here. Actually, I think I killed that blood cow myself. But so we lost 5 cows over here to a witch who threw a potion and killed 5 cows. And then we lost another 2 over here, not counting the Enderium one I killed myself. But yeah, so we've lost like 7 or 8 cows today. So we're gonna get going on making a level on the base here. We're doing level 4, and we're gonna make a area for the cows to hang out in, where we don't have to worry about stuff spawning in and killing them, and where we can go down and just get that sweet fluid cow elixir that we need, and we're able to do everything we need to do with the cows without having to worry. So I've started to get the base ready level for this. So what's going on here is right now it's the room is 7 tall, and that is because we've got 2 level blocks for the floor itself. And that's where this drum of gold comes into play. Is what we're gonna do is fly real quick. Hopefully, there we go. Is we've got 9 or 10 buckets of gold in here, and we're gonna place this down in the corners here, just like this. And I just need to see how far this is gonna spread. But we should just need 2 more buckets on each side. Perhaps 1. We may be able to get away with just 1 bucket right here in the middle. But we're going to see. And then 1 bucket here on each side. We just need this gold to kind of flow everywhere. And this actually took, it's like half a block of gold for a bucket of gold, something crazy like that. So this is quite expensive. So it took about 9 or 10 blocks of gold to get this done, and that should be actually we might have 1 bucket left. Let's see where we're missing 1. Actually, I think I placed 4 there. Don't remember placing 4. Looks like we did though. So this looks pretty good. Maybe we'll do 4 more blocks somewhere. I don't think I placed that right. Yeah, maybe I did. Yeah, maybe we'll do 3 more, or maybe we'll call that good. Aesthetically, maybe we'll just do the 8 buckets. I think this looks pretty good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cover this with a layer of glass. So let me go grab the glass, and we'll be right back. I'm going to have to make the glass and then turn it into quite clear. So I'll do that and meet you guys back down here. Alright, so we're back down here. And I wanted to start recording right when I'm standing on this block, because I made a pretty awesome derp. As you can see, we just covered the entire floor with molten gold, which is going to burn us. And if I jump or hit shift on this block, which I would need to hold shift to place a block on either side, or I'd have to jump to fly, I can't do either of those. So we're going to have to like try to fly before we fall in the gold. So I just got a kick out of you know how well, the spot I just put myself in. So I wanted to show you guys this sweet derp where I burned myself to death in gold, molten gold. Oh, we actually flew pretty quick. Usually it takes me a time and a half to actually fly, but that seems to have worked pretty well. And we can just place down this glass just like so on each side. Perfect. And then we'll be good to use a wand to place the rest of this down. Just have to be really careful, or we're going to have quite a mess to clean up with this glass. So let me just place this last one perfect. And then we'll be pretty good to place the rest of this down. And I'm gonna shift a little down. Perfect. That was a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be. And this one will be a little easier. I should not have done that. And we'll place those two, and then we'll just place this one right in the middle. Should have seen that coming. Knew it was going to happen once. Did that just... Okay, that was my only piece of glass left. Okay. Don't know why that vein mined off. I mean, so touched off. Maybe that's a perk of the wand. But I seem to have misjudged how much glass I was going to need. It looks like we're going to need a lot more than what I grabbed. And I really hate this cobblestone on the wall. We're definitely going to have to get rid of that because that looks horrible. But I'm going to go grab some more glass real quick. I believe we've got some. Let's just go to the base. Weird frame issue there. There we go. So let's see if we've got any glass left. I believe we've got some stained glass, but no regular glass, yeah. But we do have some sand. Got plenty of that. So we'll grab, I think we'll only need 3 stacks to finish that off, but we'll grab 4 just in case. We actually grabbed 5. That's fine. So we're just going to smelt these up. And then we'll use the chisel. There's another way to turn it into quite clear glass. I don't remember how to do it, honestly. But we're just going to use the chisel. It's the easiest way. It doesn't really make sense to do it any other way. Because the other way is like, I think it's you put 3 pieces of glass in an alloy smelter and it turns it into quite clear glass. And it's just, you don't need any of that. You can just use a chisel, does it real quick. No fuss. And I don't know why I'm getting such weird frame rates right now. I know why I was getting them earlier. When I came back and I was AFK for probably about an hour, maybe 2. And the chest we've got down at the bottom of the mob farm was completely full of legendary loot bags. So I actually I made an executive decision to hook up a loot bag to the what's it called, the filter on the trash cans. So now we're no longer getting legendary loot bags from that mob farm. We're only getting the artifact bags and the cloud pet bags. Just because there's not many things in the legendary loot bag that I think we're gonna need, or right now. I'd rather just worry about getting the regular loot bags, like the artifact bag and the not regular, but the artifact bag and the cloud pet bag. I mean the pet name bag, and just having more room in the chest for those and for the Inferium essence blocks. Because we're gonna need a bunch of that. I've already gone through like all of our supply, and there were thousands of Inferium essence. I think I ended up with like 12,000 Inferium essence when I turned all the blocks back into essence, and it was not enough. It was probably 1/5 of what we were actually gonna need. I mined out the wall. Good thing I brought stone. So we just need all the room we can get in that chest, and I don't have enough diamonds to upgrade it to a diamond chest or enough iron to upgrade it to an iron colossal chest. So for now, it's not worth the trouble to deal with the lag and having the chest overfill when I just don't have enough time to empty it out, or I just don't want to. But I think what I'm going to do right now is replace the walls down here with maybe some kind of basalt, or I'll possibly put the netherrack lava bricks down there. I think that actually might look really good. So let me grab those. I will come back down here. I'll place them all down, and we'll see how it looks because I'm just gonna wand them all down. But yeah, I'll see how that looks, and we'll go from there. All right, so here's what I came up with. I'm pretty happy with this, with the exception of maybe these blocks right here in the corner. I'm not 100% sure if I want to keep those. I may just go with just regular basalt bricks right there. And I also threw in some of these cracked basalt bricks and some weathered basalt bricks just to kind of give it a different feel aside from just a regular plain brick wall. Not sure what we're going to do with the ceiling yet. We do have, and this is why I kind of put that double layer there. We could possibly do gold on the ceiling as well, with glass just like we did on the floor. But we'll just have to see what we think should be good for that. But yeah, this is the walls. So we're going to start moving cows down here now to make a good little home for them down here. So I'm going to go grab the cows and we'll be right back. Alright guys, so we're back, and I've moved all the cows from up here in both spots. Still got a little bit of cleaning up to do, but we're going to take care of that a little later. So I want to show you where the setup is for the cows and how we set them up. So we put some drums. Let's see if I can get down there. Perfect. And if I turn on my night vision, should be one more. There we go. All right. So I hung drums all along the wall. And the only ones that kind of do anything weird are these demon metal cows. And that's just a rendering issue with the item of demon metal itself. So you can't really tell that there's anything in here. But there is. We've got 3 buckets in there and 4 buckets in there. It just looks weird with the demon metal. But everything else we've got in here. I kind of spaced all the cows out by 1 block. The only issues we ran into were these corner cows here, where I couldn't really put the signs right next to each other, so I had to put these 2 signs next to each other. So that's the only thing that looks a little weird about it. But I did it the same way over here, so it's a little symmetrical, and we shouldn't really run into any issues on this side. So I think all in all it looks pretty good. I don't know for sure what I'm going to do with the ceiling yet, but the floor I think definitely came out pretty good. I messed with a couple different types of blocks down here, like the gray molten nether brick. I just didn't really like it by itself, and then I tried the black with a layer of gray on top, kind of like the bottom is touching the molten gold, so it's more burned, and I didn't really like the way that looked either. So I kind of went just straight with the dark feel, with the 2 layers of the black, with the chiseled basalt going all around the sides. And I haven't really thought of this yet, but I've kind of been kicking around the idea of maybe the ceiling of the floor that we're on is the floor of the ceiling above it. And since most of the floors are going to be some kind of either liquid or solid, I think only 2 floors have solid blocks, and that's like floor 8 and floor 9. Not 100% sure what we're going to do with those, but all the other floors pretty much have some kind of either molten metal or liquid. So I think we might do the ceilings of some of these floors as the floors of other rooms. And I think that'll look really well, transitioning down each floor, or we might do, and I don't really like this idea, but it may be something we do. Is the floor and the ceiling are the same? I'm not too keen on that, so I don't think that's what we're going to be doing. But I have thought about doing that as well. But we'll just kind of see. I'll try a couple different textures, a couple different block variations in the next few episodes as we start to finish more floors. But I think this is going to complete this cow floor for now. I put this mega torch right in the middle so we don't have to worry about mobs spawning in here and killing the cows. So all these cows are safe. We've got a couple more spots for other cows. I think, yeah, we've got 5 total spots left. Worst comes to worst, I can take out one of these demon metal cows. I can take out this regular water cow because I mean water's everywhere. We don't need it, so I don't think that's going to be an issue. Cobalt, I think we're going to hold on to just to try to see if we can get a lot of manual in. Everything else, I think we'll hold on to because it's either really difficult to get or it's a pretty rare cow in itself where you don't see many of them. I think I've got 2 redstone alley cows, so we'll probably kill one of those. Yeah, I do. I've got 2 of those, and I think I've got 2 leads as well. So if we find 5 more cows, which we for sure will, we'll be able to clear out some room, or we can kind of put another layer of cows somewhere on the top. I don't really like that idea though. But we might have hermitrons or diamond chests over here that have all of our extra cows with like paper underneath the cow to name it and figure out exactly what it is, so that we have some sort of system so that if we've got 100 cows, we know exactly which cows they are, and we're not taking the cow back out waiting for us to be able to milk it and find out what kind of cow it is. So that's gonna do it for this floor. And I've got one more thing I kind of want to do at the end of this episode. We're pretty much done, but I kind of want to move on to Draconic Evolution, which is kind of a heavy mod. It's expensive. It takes a while to get everything. It requires a lot of RF and power saved up. So I think we're going to move on to that. I've got a lot of Draconium right now. We're actually selling it at spawn because we've got so much of it from our nether runs. I think we've probably got like 400 dust right now that I need to smelt up into ores. But I want to start getting better Draconic Evolution armor and a better weapon. Although I do really like our current weapon, the Draconic Evolution ones are just so much better. So I want to show you what that's going to look like. So this is the Draconic Evolution mod, and it comes with all these different pickaxes, swords, bows. It's also got armor that is really decent, and it takes RF to charge up, and it holds, once you get it all the way up, 16 million RF. The starting one is 4 million. So it takes a lot of durability, is what that basically transfers over to, as the durability on the armor is really high, and we're still able to add enchantments to this, which just makes this armor even more OP. Is not only is the armor itself amazing, it's got enchantments that we can add to it, and these are all books that we can really easily make with our enchanter. So what I want to start doing is getting this sword here made up, and I believe we've already got everything we're going to need. So let's see. Let's see if I can craft this. Oh, we can. Perfect. So the base damage on this is 15 and the attack speed is 1.8. So we're going to go ahead and craft that up. That will be super good. The only thing I don't like is like the axes do more damage than the swords. And I don't know what this Draconic Staff of Power is, but this thing does 60 damage, and the upgraded sword, once we get it to a Draconic sword, it only does 35. So I don't know what exactly that means in terms of, well, is this axe better than this sword, or is it you can't add certain modifiers, which is what it looks like. You can't add all the enchantments. So I'm assuming after we add all the enchantments, this ends up being better, is what I would imagine. I was going to say, not sure what that is, but it looks like one is just showing that it's full of RF and the other one isn't. So we're going to charge this up real quick. It takes 4 million RF, and we've got, I think, 25 saved up in this power bank, so we should be able to throw this in there and it'll charge it up all the way. And that'll also allow us to see, once that's done charging, how much RF we're getting from our scallium generator. I believe it should be about 360 or 320 RF per tick. Looks like it's about 261 is what it looks like it's staying at, because we've got two refined storage systems hooked up, plus all of this other stuff coming out of the scallium generator, which we got a second piece of scallium block for. So hopefully we can continue to increase that RF size, and then we're able to make more of the Draconic Evolution stuff. But I'm going to start adding enchantments to this, and I'll bring you guys back hopefully when this guy is stronger than this guy. Alright guys, so we're back, and we're almost ready to finish making our super OP sword. So I set up this little array here, and this is kind of getting a lot more into Draconic Evolution, which is where this sword comes from. So this is quite a pain to set up. It takes a lot of draconium, a lot of gold, a lot of diamonds. We have a lot of diamonds already, but gold was a bit of an issue, so I had to go out mining to get a bunch of gold to set up this array, and to increase this array to level 2, which is the purple blocks. So the white ones are level 1, the purple ones are level 2, and you make the level 2 ones by just taking a level 1, sticking it in this fusion crafting core, and adding some items. And the items you need are, let's see if I can do this. There we go. So what you need is 4 diamonds, a wyvern core, a draconic core, and a block of draconium. And you have to do this 8 times. So you need all of these items times 8 to get these 8 level 2 fusion injectors. So it takes quite a bit of resources to get up to just level 2, and this goes up to level 4, and we actually need to get to level 3 just to level up our sword to the next sort of tier. We can add modifiers to it, and we kind of did. So let's pull this guy up. And so here's what the sword is now. I added sharpness 5, looting 3, and fire aspect 1. We didn't go any higher on the fire aspect just because I ran out of blaze rods. But we're going to go ahead and add this modifier here. It's an upgrade key for attack damage. You can also add ones for AoE attack damage, which are these ones here. Yeah, these ones here. And you can also add RF capacity upgrades to it as well. And these are all pretty easy to make. They get harder and harder to increase the level. So we're going to start this, and I may have to cut the video depending on what our frames go down to while we're doing this. But we're going to start charging this, and right now I've got this hooked up to our capacitor bank in the back. Alright, getting some weird frames there. You can see it on the other side of this. Yeah, there's the capacitor bank. I don't think I'll be able to like kind of walk over there right now. Let's go around this way. There we go. So here's the capacitor bank. Right now we've got it charged with 25 million RF, which is more than enough to kind of get us started on this. Later on, when you're upgrading stuff from Wyvern to Draconic, it takes like 4 million RF to do it. But right now it's pretty low. So this should be done charging. A little bit left. So we're at 87%, which is a little worrying because I actually had it freeze at 87% when I was making all of these injectors level 2. I had it completely freeze at 87, so I may have to take a look at that and see if we can fix that real quick. Alright, there we go. So I actually took out one of the injectors and started it back up. I put everything in the tier 1s, and it looks like that did it. So this is going to take quite a while to craft up. It takes about a minute to do it fully. But once it's done, I'll bring you back and we'll start. Actually, we'll do tier 2, and then I'll bring you guys back and we're gonna actually kill a wither, just to see how good this sword is. So I actually made another one of these upgrades, but it looks like it doesn't consume it, which is pretty good. So we could keep a chest somewhere around this with these upgrades, and as we upgrade the injectors and put them together in a 4x4 area, or sorry, a 3x3 area, at least one block around this. We can probably put a chest somewhere. But one thing that's important to note on this is if you've got your stuff in tier 1 injectors like that, then it's going to give you this pedestal tier 2 low. So it's important to note that you have to have all your items in the correct pedestals for the level you're trying to do. So we're doing a level 2 upgrade, so we have to have everything in the level 2 injectors. But I'll bring you guys back when we're ready to kill that wither and see how awesome this sword is. Alright guys, so I couldn't figure out why this wasn't working. It started stopping again at 87%. I got the first upgrade on there. I was not able to get the second one on there. I'm just going to have to take a look and see what's going on, and hopefully get this fixed soon, so that we're able to keep upgrading this up and get a Draconic sword pretty soon. The plan is to kill the dragon on Monday, so hopefully we can start getting dragon hearts after that, and we'll be able to get awakened draconium and start upgrading our weapons and stuff after that. But we're going to summon in a wither here and see how quickly we can kill this guy. Hopefully it's pretty quick. I have our other sword here. The damage this one does is 2514. This one is 2175, so it should be pretty close. Our other one takes about 9 or 10 hits. This one attacks a lot faster though. So in terms of how quickly we're going to kill a wither, this one should be quicker. I feel like I'm missing most of these swings. Definitely missed most of those swings. But it does about 25 damage to a wither per hit, so I'd say probably about 15 hits will kill it, which is not too bad. We can do a lot better, and we will eventually. And I think, what kind of loot bag do we get out of that? We got an Exude Void loot bag, so nothing special. But I did not pick up the Supremium Essence, I don't believe. Or maybe it didn't drop any. I think I had 4 on me before. It doesn't really matter. But I think we covered a lot in this episode. 1.3 just came out, so they actually added a solution to kind of our cow issue we were having with the mechanical user, and it's a animal something. There it is, an animal farmer. So we're going to make one of these guys and then add a milking upgrade. And we should at that point be able to start milking our cows in our base and putting that automatically into the drums. So hopefully we can get that going by the next episode, maybe in the live stream we do later this week. But that is going to do it for us for this episode. So I appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.